So I was thinking about, Johnny, before we get off the Monti subject, I thought there were 3 key moments of the Monti Ossenfort era so far that stand out to me.
Okay.
And I think number one was the hiring of Jonathan Gannon, and we established that, right? How important it was. It's the culture changer, right, that they needed. And they're the GM, head coach combo that are in lockstep as far as team building, organizational building. And I think it's a great duo. Next, I think the wheeling and dealing on the 2023 draft really set himself up for success this offseason, and what they're going to be able to do as far as infusing this roster with young talent. And, if it weren't for the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud being one of the best rookie quarterbacks of all time, if not the best, well, statistically he is, the Arizona Cardinals would be sitting even prettier with their draft capital, but already still have a haul and do some damage. And then the third on this, and it also goes into what I just said as far as setting themselves up for success, is the releasing of DeAndre Hopkins. Because DeAndre Hopkins, if you look at all kind of the exiles from the previous team, DeAndre Hopkins was the only guy that was worth a shit this season. Like, DeAndre Hopkins proved what you and I thought was he still had a lot left in the tank. And
was a good year.
Was the big playmaker for the Titans all season long. And that was the only one that really kind of stung, but it was a necessary evil to cut him pre-June 1st, get that contract off the books, get to roll over $10 million of extra cap going into this offseason, and being able to really do anything you want as far as cap spending this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, 1,100 yards, just under 14 yards per catch, 7 touchdowns with Will Levis and Ryan Tannehill. I mean, we knew that was going to hurt. Like, you don't release DeAndre Hopkins and become a better football team. And I think what doubled down on that pain was Hollywood Brown's kind of implosion this year, injury-wise. I mean, so you really had nobody outside of Trey McBride at the end of the year, and then Michael Wilson, thankfully, in the last 2 games that you could count on as a pass catcher. And then, of course, our boy Greg Dortch that was hampered by playing time. I just feel like that was probably one of the toughest days to do this show last year, when we subsequently got the news that DeAndre Hopkins was not only off the team, but he was cut. They just cut him from financial reasons. And so, thankfully, moves like that are in the rearview mirror, ripping off the Band-Aid. And now, instead of subtracting, they can add, and they're going to add.